Ah, shit. Get your tea and your popcorn because we have hit yet another psychological jackpot. I want to talk about the mulatta obsession. Why is everybody so obsessed with who mulattas date, who they're sleeping with, how many times, and of course, there's the MLS whore stereotype. So, for several months now, people have been stalking Tia Mowry ever since she got a divorce. You had all these people shaming her for being divorced. You had all these men coming against her saying she's for the streets, she's a 304. Meanwhile, Tia Mowry, she was married for like over a decade. So I'm not sure how being married is like you're a 304. Have you ever noticed that when it comes to mulattoes, it's like if you're married, you're a hoe, but if you're single, you're also a hoe. But then if you date somebody, you're a hoe. That's why I talk about the MLS whore stereotype. I also feel like mulattoes are not only a standard of beauty, but also they're kind of like the face of the mixed race community as well. I feel like a lot of people, whenever they think of someone mixed, their mind tends to automatically go to a mulatta. So you're a status symbol. By the way, shout out to the Mulatta Exoticals. Mulattas are gorgeous. But Tia Mowry was spotted with this new guy. And remember, they were literally stalking Tia's Instagram page because she posted a picture of her feet and then there was some other man's hands in the background. And people were like, oh, is that Corey? Is she with Corey? So now Tia has been pictured with this guy and the internet is going insane. This post says, already? Anonymous message goes viral of a woman claiming her man left her for a celeb amid Tia Mowry popping out with new man. About to crash out. He's her daughter's teacher. So they're now accusing Tia of being a man stealer. Isn't that typical? Oh, well, this light-skinned, pretty, biracial girl. Oh, well, she stole my man. She's a man stealer. She's breaking up families. So this woman, she posted in a Black women's Facebook group called Black Women Uncensored. She says, "My ex left me for a celebrity mom, and she just soft launched their relationship online yesterday. He's her daughter's teacher. I'm about to crash out and go public with it, but I need somebody to talk me down from this ledge. What would you do?" So what happened to the Black sisterhood? I thought that the white man sees us as all black. So Tia Mowry, she's a fellow unambiguous Black woman, right? So why do we have a Black woman in this Black Facebook group trying to quote unquote expose or drag Tia Mowry? And by the way, nobody can steal a man. Like, if your man gets quote unquote stolen, he was never your man to begin with. But from what I see from Tia Mowry, she never even said that this guy is her boyfriend. This is literally just a random picture of them holding hands. We don't know the details. They could have just started dating. We have no idea. But of course, all these gossip blogs are picking it up and they're investigating. And then they went on this guy's website and then it says, Javon Armada is an artist, designer, and educator from East Cleveland, Ohio, now living and working in the NoHo Arts District of LA. So they're trying to put the pieces together. But my question is, why do you even care? If mulatto women only attract dusties, and if Tia Mowry is undesirable and she's for the streets and she's not pretty and mixed women age badly and have no melanin, they're not the blueprint, they're not desirable, then why does anybody even care what Tia Mowry is doing? But this person commented and said, she was too sheltered and wants to experience the streets. She need to go through this to appreciate what she truly had. So apparently, if you're biracial and you simply hold hands with someone, then you're for the streets. So why doesn't anybody care about who Lupita Nyong'o is dating? As a matter of fact, why doesn't anybody care about Olandria and her dusty boyfriend, Nick? Nick is way worse than whatever this guy is. But this person says, she's so delusional. She don't realize that she's for a good time, not a long time. So once again, you got the MLS whore stereotype. And when I think about Tia Mowry, I've never really seen Tia Mowry do anything hoish. I don't see her being very sexual or anything like that. So it's interesting how if you are sexual, then you get called a hoe. But then even if you're not really sexual online, then you're still being called a hoe. Simply getting a divorce and then holding hands with a new man, you're a hoe and a man stealer and a homewrecker. But this person says, she divorced bro because he felt like she was better than him, not because she felt like she could do better. She left a man she needed for a man she wants. Okay, so here we go with the stereotype. You're stuck up. You're that stuck up mulatta. You thought you were better than your husband. You think you're better than everybody and you're ungrateful. So that's why you got a divorce. Meanwhile, Tia did not say that when it came to her divorce. She actually didn't embarrass Corey. She didn't really say anything super negative about him. She kept their relationship stuff private. But you got this unambiguous black man assuming, oh, she thought she could do better. And she thought she was better than him. Does that stereotype sound familiar? It reminds me of Tina Knowles. Oh, she don't speak to nobody. She only socializes with certain people. She thinks she's better. So you got the stuck-up Creole stereotype. There's the stuck-up biracial stereotype. This person says, as a result of getting married so early in life, I think she divorced Corey because she wanted to make the attempt to live the life of one in her 20s. There's nothing more embarrassing than an old woman that tries to be a young woman. Okay, so everything she does is wrong. So not being married and just twerking online, you're being a hoe. But then if you do get married, like Tia, then you're also a hoe. But then if you get divorced, then you're a hoe. And then if you date again after the divorce, then you're just trying to live like you're in your 20s. And you made a mistake by getting married early in life. Do you see how when you are a woman that's a status symbol, nothing you do is right? It's almost this mindset of a lot of people want you, but then a lot of people hate you at the same time. And I find it interesting that a lot of people are accusing her of being a hoe. So you think she's a hoe, you think she's a quote-unquote 304, but Sexy Red is not? Which one is more of an example of someone who's over-sexualizing themselves? Tia Mowry or Sexy Red? Do you see how they move the goalpost? So simply holding hands with a man publicly, oh my God, you're the worst person on earth, you need to be burned at the stake. But then literally naming lip glosses after your booty hole and twerking in the abyss like Sexy Red. Oh no, that's just normal. Oh, that's a part of African culture. Twerking is just a part of black culture. But somebody else says, ain't nobody in the industry looking for her. So there's this stereotype that when you're an MLS woman, apparently you're supposed to be dating ball players and rappers and, you know, you're supposed to be dating these industry men. Why is that suddenly the standard for biracial women? Oh, well, you know, she's leveling down. She's dusty. She only attracts dusties because nobody in the industry is checking for her. But then whenever you see a biracial woman who does date someone in the industry, you have people saying that the industry guys are dusty, that she's dating. So my question for Black YouTube is, who are MLS women supposed to date and why do you care in the first place? But this person says, soon after the divorce, Tia implied that Corey was a bum and she had to be the breadwinner. We don't know the reality of their household financials, but how does she expect a man on a teacher's salary and single dad to match her income? She's a millionaire and used to certain lifestyles. If she wants to include her new guy in that lifestyle, she will have to fund his part 100%. Tia's midlife crisis is so crazy. I feel so bad for Corey. And by the way, they're kind of attacking Tia in like the red pill space. I noticed that a lot of men in the red pill space, they are obsessed with MLS women. Just go on O'Shea Duke Jackson's channel. Damn near 90% of his content about women, it's always going to be the beauty standard, of course, which is the Exoticals. I don't see them talking about who Gabby Sidibe is dating. You know, they're only concerned with who the Pretty Girl Club is with. But this person says if she wants to include this guy in her lifestyle, she will have to fund his part. Who said that she's even including this guy in her lifestyle? The fact that they see a picture of them holding hands and then they just assume, oh, well, she's fucking him and then, you know, they must be living together. She must be including him in her lifestyle. I mean, that's insane to me. People are so obsessed with who mulattas are dating. Well, who is she holding hands with? Well, what are they doing? Are they sleeping together? How many times? Oh, well, she stole somebody's man. Well, she must be funding his lifestyle. You have no idea what's going on in her personal life. She never even said, hey guys, this is my boyfriend and I'm paying for him. If Tia said that she doesn't like paying for men, then that's her standard. But these comments are from Krusty Lip Alley. This girl says, Tia loves attention. Number 2, it's not difficult to Google the Cleveland Browns front office, coaching staff, and players and play the process of elimination game. So this comment was posted before Tia posted the picture of this guy. She was wearing a Cleveland Browns sweatshirt, and people were literally trying to stalk Tia and dox who her boyfriend was. They were trying to dox who she was talking to by Googling, who works for the Cleveland Browns. Like, is it one of the coaches that she's dating? Is it the front desk guy that she's dating? That's how obsessed people are with the dating lives of mulatto women. And here's the photo of Tia with her Cleveland Brown sweatshirt. Do you see how high the pedestal is? All you have to do is post a picture by yourself in a sweatshirt, and then suddenly people are like, oh, who is she with? Let's go and try to stalk that guy. And then when she posted the picture of the feet, people were like, I don't think those are Corey's feet. Do we think it's the guy in the video of her smashing stuff? Find out what light-skinned, white, or light brown man works for the Cleveland Browns. I say works for versus plays for, because those don't look like the feet of an athlete. So Tia Mowry's pedestal is so high that you've got people analyzing the feet and ankles and toes of the men who are in her photos. And honestly, it's like, I can see why she doesn't go public with her relationship anyway, because even in these photos with her holding hands with the guy, she didn't promote this. It's not like Tia posted this herself. This is somebody else, like paparazzi or somebody stalking them and then taking pictures of them. So imagine femcel women searching up the foot pics of all your exes and trying to compare, and then they're trying to figure out, okay, who has this skin tone and works for this company. This person says, yeah, she hinted that she was in a relationship with that post and delete. I didn't catch the jersey before, but look at the second slide. And this is the picture where Tia is at the beach. So just imagine, you're a classy, beautiful mulatto woman going out on the beach, enjoying yourself, and then you got all these angry femcels screenshotting your Instagram pics. I mean, that's a monitoring spirit at its finest. They're screenshotting the pictures and zooming in on the feet of the man standing behind you. But this person says, crazy, she really divorced that man so she could go through a hoe phase. I'm glad she found out real quick how ghetto it is outside. So holding hands with a man is being a hoe. Also, do you guys remember that video I posted a few months ago of the black woman accusing light-skinned and biracial women of all being hoes and spreading STDs? And there are literally several videos of unambiguous black women saying that if they were biracial mulattas, that they themselves would become hoes and fuck their way to the top. So do you see the hypocrisy? So it's like, oh, if I looked like you, I would be a hoe, but I'm mad at you for being a hoe. Meanwhile, Tia is not even a hoe. She literally just has a picture of herself holding hands with a guy. Why do people care if mulattas are hoes or not? Well, it's because the men want access to mulattas, and also a lot of unambiguous women want to be like the mulattas. They want that level of sexual desirability. But then you had people finding random photos of her and some unambiguous black man, and they were circulating rumors about this random guy, this Rick Ross lookalike. And this is on Krusty Lip Alley. They said, a couple of videos have come up on my YouTube feed of her and this man. So they're tying her to this unambiguous guy. They're tying her to this guy with the locks. They're saying she stole somebody's man. And then, of course, the Shade Room picked it up. Literally someone doxing them and taking a photo of them just walking down the street. And the Shade Room said, what's tea, Tia? Tia Mowry spotted sharing a kiss with mystery man in public. And then somebody said, y'all swore she was back with Corey. Tia getting her back blown out by a YN. First of all, a lot of the people talking shit, you guys are the descendants of YNs, or you're a YN yourself, or you dress like a YN, or you wish that you had the hairline of a YN. So why do you even care who Tia is sleeping with? You don't even know this woman. But that shows that mulattas are on the pedestal because it's this mindset of, you can do better than this. I expect you to do better. You should be with a guy in the industry. Oh, but an industry guy's not checking for you. So that's the standard. When you're biracial, the standard is you should be dating a rich man in the entertainment or sports industry. But what do you ladies think? Do you think Tia Mowry is a hoe? Let me know in the comment section, and I'll talk to you next time. Stay pretty, ladies.